Welcome to Rotor Riot. I'm Joshua Bardwell. This is Drib. We are going to teach someone to fly a drone in 1 day.
Never touched the sticks.
He's never touched the sticks.
To full on rip.
Can it be done?
Let's meet our prospective pilot. This is Blaze. We've been hanging out with him all week here in Puerto Rico, but you've never flown a drone.
I'm originally from Rhode Island. I love to play video games. I play GTA, I play RuneScape. Kind of like when we put the Fat Shark goggles on, I feel like I'm playing a virtual reality game.
So you've got a lesson plan kind of put together.
I do.
What do you think is the best path to get someone flying
Absolutely.
in 1 day?
Number one, I think everybody should start learning in the simulator. When you start learning to fly, you're going to crash a lot. All those crashes can happen in the simulator where there's zero penalty, zero consequences. Then we're going to put you on the tiny whoop because we can do a tiny whoop in an enclosed environment. The quad that we're flying is not a tiny whoop. It is a newbie drone acro beam. We've been doing it through this intro and we're gonna keep doing it for the rest of the day. We're gonna keep saying tiny whoops because that's just what you say.
It's like Kleenex.
But it's actually a newbie drone acro beam. If anything goes wrong, we're not gonna end up with a big 5-inch quad going into somebody's face or into flying away, getting in the ocean. And then we're gonna start you with a 5-inch. This is your first drone flying simulator lesson. The 4 basic controls of the drone are the throttle, which is this one, and that makes the motor spin faster and slower. There's the yaw axis, which is left, right, and there is pitch and roll. If you played an FPS, it's kind of like that, but you're used to strafing on the right stick. The first thing I like to have people do when they're starting to learn is just raise the throttle. So as you raise the throttle, it'll begin to climb, and it's gaining altitude now, and if you lower the throttle, it'll begin to descend. And what you want to do is just adjust the throttle to try and kind of hold your altitude steady. Go ahead and try that. That's where I like to start people. So you found that hover point. Great. So now we could do a little bit of exercises where you'll climb. Just climb a little bit, and when you're done climbing, then reduce the throttle and hover at the new altitude. And as you climb, the horizon's going to change position of the screen, and that's kind of how you judge your height. And as you descend, you'll pick up speed, and so you'll see that you'll need to kind of rest that descent a little early, and you've touched down again. Okay, so you've got altitude control. You got that instantly. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to push the pitch stick forward, and the quad will pitch forward and start moving forward. And you can see that when I recenter the stick, it just holds its forward attitude. So you don't need to keep holding forward. In fact, if you do keep holding forward, it'll keep turning until you just fall into the ground. So now you're just going to take off and pitch forward just slightly. Use the throttle to maintain your altitude. That's perfect. That's plenty. The more you pitch forward, the faster you'll go. Oh, you got it. You got it. This kid's a natural. So now you're starting to turn. Okay. So let's talk about turns.
Yeah, can we I don't know how to do that part.
Okay.
Let's restart that one. Ooh, too far.
You did great though. What happened was you took off and you pitched forward, and as you were going a little too fast,
move that,
you pitch back, and that's the right thing to do. So with the drone, the more you pitch forward, the faster you go. So if you pitch forward like this, you're going super fast, right?
Towards the ground.
Right. So the less if you want to slow down, the right thing to do is to pitch back and flatten out. The other thing I want to call out for the people who are watching, as I pitch forward, the quad will begin to descend. And the reason for that is that all your thrust is going down. When you pitch forward, some of your thrust is going backwards, so you have less thrust going down. So as you pitch forward, you have to raise the throttle just a little bit to keep from losing altitude. And if you just watch the position of the horizon on screen and pay attention to whether you're climbing or descending, then you'll just adjust the throttle. It's okay. So let's talk about turning. Turning is a little confusing because if I raise the throttle and I pitch forward to go forward, right? Now I'm going forward. If I then want to turn and I roll, you see I'm sliding to the side, but I haven't actually turned.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I raise the throttle, so now I'm going forward and I yaw, I've turned the quad, but I haven't actually changed the direction I'm going. So in order to turn, you have to do both of those things. And what I like to tell people to do is, and I think you're going to get this real quickly because you almost got it just by fiddling around. As you turn, you're going to roll and then yaw to point the new direction. And what I want you to see is...
Oh, that's what's different from a video game. Usually it's only one button.
Yeah. As I roll, the horizon tilts, and as I yaw, it flattens back out again. And so what your goal can be in turning is keep the horizon at a consistent angle. So if I roll, the horizon tilts. If I yaw, it flattens back out again. And by adding both roll and yaw together, see how I've got the sticks both held to the right?
Yeah.
By adding both roll and yaw together, that's how you'll do what's called a coordinated turn. So first pitch forward just a little to get some motion. There you go. So just a little pitch forward. Don't go too fast.
I see a little higher. So
Sure,
in case I
sure,
fall.
absolutely.
Alright, a
So
little
that's plenty. That's plenty. Now add a little roll. You're adding yaw. Roll is going to be right there. You go.
Oh, okay. Now.
Now you got it. So add a little yaw. So now a little more. Yeah. There you go. Boom. Now you're getting it.
Oh my god. Yeah, this makes way more sense now.
And what you want to do, so now you're sort of rolled outside, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to turn to the right, the horizon should kind of be like this and stay at a consistent angle. You're doing great. You're starting to get it. I can already see you starting to get it. Yeah.
It's weird having like two like sticks to control which direction.
Mm-hmm. You're doing it though. You're totally doing it.
You get it a little bit.
So that's really good. You're holding the horizon steady as you turn. But the next thing to start to work on is combining altitude control and turning. So, like for example, you were doing great turns, but you were like
pretty high,
you were gaining altitude the whole time. So what we want to start working on then is altitude control while flying around. So we could take off and we could pitch forward, and we're maintaining altitude. And then as we begin to turn, we can focus on maintaining altitude. Now I'm doing it close to the ground just to show off. But wherever the horizon is on your screen, as I climb the horizon gets lower in the screen, wherever the horizon is on the screen, you can think about just keeping it there and trying to focus on not gaining or losing altitude as you fly around.
Alright.
That's really good. A little more. Yeah. A little more.
I'm gonna go up a little higher. I was trying to do what
you were trying to.
I was like, no way.
That's fine. A little more yaw to turn you. Yeah, there you go. Now you're pitching forward. I think you were starting to gain speed and lose altitude, but you got it.
Just going up a little higher just in case I fall.
Sure. Now I think one thing you're running into is that as you turn, you also need to pitch back a little bit, especially in the steeper turns. So the more steeply you're turned, the more you're going to use pitch, just like kind of flying a fighter jet. If you've flown a fighter jet in a sim. You ever flown a fighter jet in a sim where you just roll and pitch to turn?
Yeah.
This is
like
a
that.
little, yeah. Perfect, you got it.
Okay.
So there always needs to be just a little bit of pitch back in the turns. For shallow turns, you can kind of get away with not doing it. But as you're trying to do steeper turns, you need to pitch
I'm
back
trying to
more.
figure out how to do it. Yeah.
Keep practicing. Just keep practicing a little more. You got the fundamentals. It's just, Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really nice. So you're holding the horizon at kind of a consistent...
I watched your sticks. I got loose. That's the only thing I was afraid of.
There you go. Oh, that was a good recovery. Yeah, you're doing great. We're going to try a whoop now, tiny whoop. For the people in the audience who are wondering, I have the whoop in acro mode. Whoops are usually flown in auto level mode.
What's the difference?
In auto level mode, when you center the stick, it will level back out again.
Oh.
In acro mode, when you center the stick, it stops moving and freezes where it was. That's what you were flying.
You push it forward, you center the stick, and it's just still going forward. It's auto level mode, you push the stick forward and you let it back, it would snap back.
Oh, really?
And it's a lot easier to fly, but it teaches so many bad habits.
If you want to fly in auto level mode, like a lot of whoop pilots fly in auto level mode, I think it's particularly appropriate for very small quads like that. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you should practice. My point is practice what you want to do. And if what you want to do is fly acro, learn to fly acro. So it's the same as what you did, just you're going to take off, pitch forward just the tiniest bit, because this thing really picks up speed.
So tiny whoops have a lot less power than what you're used to on the simulator.
There you go, you got it in the air. No, that was good.
Whatever throttle stick position you're used to, it's not going to be quite the same.
There you go, perfect.
Now pitch forward to get going forward.
Hang on, let's let him get his throttle control. Oh, his throttle control is pretty good. You're good. One of the things that's different in the sim versus in real life is there's a thing called ground effect, which is where you're just starting to get enough throttle to make the quad light, but it's kind of skittering along the ground and it's really hard to control. So you want to find the throttle position where it hovers and kind of get there authoritatively. Don't just jam the throttle so you pop in the air. But as it starts to get light and bobble, move through that and get it in the air. And then once you got it in the air, you actually did a real good job controlling the throttle, except then what happened was you saw yourself climbing and you lowered the throttle. Because this thing has so little power, once it starts falling, it'll just, so you want to be real gentle on the lowering throttle,
Very sensitive.
You're gonna need, because if it starts falling, you're really gonna need to jam it to keep from hitting the ground.
I do have something I want to add. One thing, get going forward. You'll take off and then you're drifting to the side. You can't see to the side, so you don't know what's coming. After coming from the sim and then flying the real thing, is I would do that little whoa, and now I'm floating backwards, and I would take too long to correct it. Anytime that you're floating backwards or sideways, fix that immediately and get it going forward again, because that'll save you.
I've added some expo. We were at 15% expo, so you can make bigger stick movements in the center and have more control. The other thing I've done is I've turned on acro trainer mode, which will prevent the quad from going past like 20 degrees or 30 degrees.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yes, yes, that's it. That's plenty. There you go. Perfect speed. Perfect speed. Perfect speed. You're doing great. You're doing so good. That was so good.
We're getting better. We're getting better.
Those of you who are paying attention will notice that it is not, in fact, the same day. And the premise of this video is learning to fly in one day. Suffice to say that Blaze has not practiced at all since that afternoon.
So this is actually a cold run.
In a
for
sense,
him.
this is harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it is a total of less than one day of really like less than 6 hours of flight time. Let's just start by getting you a little bit prepared for the throttle.
Hang on, that does not count.
What,
you can't fly it like that. Look, what's
going on?
Look at his hand. He had like one index finger.
No, put your hands on it normally. Put your hands on it normally, and then I'm gonna come up underneath.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna kind of pinch down below here. And I'm just gonna make sure that nothing goes too crazy. If I need to take control or just make a little correction, I'm gonna. But he's gonna be the one, you know. We'll see how, the first time out, we're not gonna go nuts. Right, are you armed? Okay, and start to raise the throttle and lift off. Okay, now that's about enough throttle. And we're gonna just start a right turn. So input some right roll and right yaw. That's really freaking good.
Is he doing it or are you doing it?
I'm helping a little.
He's just making sure I don't go too much.
Let me turn it. Yeah, that's good. Really,
After
that's
flying for
really
less
good.
than
Okay,
20
turn
seconds,
left.
Blaze, what's
turn
easier,
left.
tiny whoop or this?
This is actually way easier than tiny whoop.
Go straight. You got some trees coming around here.
Go through the trees.
All right.
Yeah, let's not hit the tree. I'm gonna help here. Okay, you're doing
I wasn't
great.
gonna hit the tree,
You're
don't worry,
doing
don't worry.
great.
I'm really impressed.
I'm gonna let you have the sticks. I'm gonna take my fingers off the sticks, but I'm just gonna kind of stay close. Yep, you're flying. He's totally got the sticks right now. He's 100% got the sticks. So go ahead and make that left. You're good. That was a good correction. Good correction.
Let him have
the
it.
battery's pretty low. What I think we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it in and we're gonna start another battery.
Dude,
All right.
that was a good start.
What are your thoughts? How was that?
That is fun.
Did we teach someone to fly a mini quad in one day?
Oh yeah,
Are we gonna call this a win?
He is flying it.
He's totally.
I want to see him. I want to just keep pushing him. I want to see him like go like between the trees and stuff.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah.
All right, a little higher, more throttle, more throttle. Oh,
You're up.
you
You're
saved
up.
it.
You're up. You're good.
Save
back
it.
You're good. You're
I'm gonna
good.
go around.
Yeah, circle around, circle around.
I'm going for it.
From up here, no, you're not. No, circle around. You wanna start low.
Yeah, line it up from a good-
yeah.
Ah, wait, whoa, I'm still going.
Still up. Pitch forward. Pitch.
No, I'm not gonna pitch forward. There's a tree right there.
Okay.
Disarm.
I caution you. You know, you said you're just gonna go for it. Now you were higher than the gap, so I was like, if you do it from that high, you're turning into a dive gap, which is pretty advanced. So, what I want you to do is come back here, and be lined up from far away and practice. Just
Hold a straight line through the gap.
Practice holding a straight line.
If the thing that you're trying to fly through is moving its position on the screens, then you're not lined up for it. If it's staying dead center, then you're good. If it's drifting, not good.
So you think you can hit that little triangle gap?
I think I can.
Gently lower. All right, hold on. Line it. Now stop moving the stick. Stop moving the stick. Now gently lower the throttle and only the throttle. Slightly to the right. Now bail. Bit. Oh. Oh wow.
Hey!
Wow. Wow.
I was right by the branches.
Yeah. Let's
You
try
got
it again.
it.
Again?
So you're high. So now if you want to swoop this one, you're gonna be lowering your throttle a lot to shave off your height, and then as you get down to the bottom, you're gonna have to catch it. So
This is a
Add
nice
throttle.
one. That is a
There you
nice
go.
one. That was smooth.
What I am seeing when I see him fly is he's very comfortable in the center sticks, but he's not giving it very big inputs. I think you should get him up high and get him to try a snap roll.
It's gonna be sick.
Just remember that this is, while we're telling you that you're going to be doing a flip, the really important thing that I think most people learn from doing flips and rolls is upset recovery. Because you're not going to stop the roll level. You're going to try a roll and you're going to stop and you'll be like this. It'll be like, oh no, what do I do? And you have to analyze the situation and be like, okay, I'm banked this way. I need to get it level and level it out.
I think he's going to be good at this.
I think he
'cause
is too.
I've seen him get discombobulated and recover actually pretty well.
We talked
do
through
you,
it
do you
while
want
you
to
were
see?
getting
Do
the
you want to
class.
see a demo?
I would love to see a demo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're pretty high, all you're gonna do is you're just gonna move the stick, and then you're gonna probably do something like that, and then you're gonna have to correct it, right? So you're gonna overshoot it.
The most scary scenario or disorienting
this.
scenario. but it's okay. Just turn back over again.
Is it better to go to like all right instead of all?
It's
Oh,
whatever
no, you
you're
can do
comfortable
left.
with. I'm more comfortable left. Some people are more comfortable right.
You can also go front to back, but I think rolls are better because you never lose side of the horizon.
I agree.
Right.
Arming. Gently climb it way up there. And now
That's pretty good.
just grab a lot of stick. And correction! Wow!
Boom!
Woo! That
Nicely
was
done.
the worst case scenario. He flipped
he
all the
ended
way
upside down.
and had to correct. You want to try front to back? Go forward. Go forward. Do it. Woo! There you go. There you go. Don't panic. There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
That was a good recovery.
That was an excellent recovery. One more time.
Oh, that was smooth. That was actually really smooth. There you
Whoa!
go.
Yes, you know,
Now he's got it.
You
He's
like
getting more
the slow
aggressive in
ones,
his
that's
turns.
good. There
He's
you
figuring out the
go.
different speeds. He's figuring out the rates.
Yeah, you don't have to be full deflection. We call full.
Ow!
Oh, wow!
Okay. Oh, no! Stop it!
Guys, we went from Blaze never having touched a real transmitter to him doing flips and rolls.
And
I'm
shooting
really
gaps.
impressed. And, yeah, he's shooting gaps. So if you guys are beginning your own progression into FPV, I hope this was informative as to a path that you can take. So start with the simulator. We recommend Liftoff. There'll be a link in the description to Liftoff.
If you want to learn how to fly quads from guys like us, one way to do that might be through Quad Camp Online.
Come join us for a simulator session. And if you guys want to come and fly some epic locations with us, you should check out Rotor Riot Rampage, October 6th and 7th. We're going to have tuning sessions. We're going to have build sessions.
I
We're
will
gonna
fix
watch
your
videos. Bardwell will fix your quad.
No, that's
if
the
you
name of the
bust it.
session.
Yeah.
I will just sit there and fix your quad for an hour.
Bardwell's fixing booth. Thank you, Blaze, for hanging out with us.
Thank
today
you
and
so
learning.
much.
I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time.
And I hope that you continue your flying journey. You picked it up fast.
Yeah.
Do you want the GoPro still rolling? Oh.